Hello, today we are going to make a very simple, easy pair of earrings, and I'm making rose earrings. I got these little roses from Hobby Lobby in the scrapbooking section. They're Tim Holtz, and they have 3 different sizes in here. I'm going to use the smallest, but you use whatever size you want, and actually you could use whatever you want, any cabochon. You could use buttons. If they're shank, cut the shanks off. Just use whatever you want to use. But I'm making roses. I had these earring backs because I prefer this type, but you could use metal if you want. And I got these, and I'm thinking I got them at Michael's. That's what I think. But you can get them at any craft store, I'm sure. I have 2 pieces of 24 gauge wire cut at 2 inches. Now, you could use 20 gauge if you want. We need some kind of strong glue. I'm using E6000. We need a wire cutter, a round nose plier and a chain nose plier, a file, and a ruler or something to measure with. And I think that's all we need. Okay, now I'm going to make one earring, and then you just make the second earring the same way. To begin, I'm going to file the end of this 2-inch piece of 24 gauge wire. Go ahead and file that until you don't feel anything sharp. Okay. Now I'm going to use my round nose pliers, and we are going to put this so that you can't feel it. It's even with your plier. And we're going to turn it just like that. Now grab your chain nose and just hold on tight. I would prefer to use my nylon plier for this, but can't find them, so we're going to go with chain nose. And we're just going to circle this around. All we're doing here is creating a base to glue to our rose. Just continue this process until you get that base big enough to hold the glue, but not so big that you can see it around your rose or whatever you're using. We don't want you to be able to see this wire from the front. So let's test this out. We'll go a little bit bigger here. Yes, I'm quite satisfied with that. Now grasp your wire right here where it's not curled. And now we're going to push this wire up. Just push it up. Hoping you can see that well enough. Okay, so we have the base. Hold our earring back onto our ruler or whatever we're using to measure with, and we are going to cut this at 5/16. I've got to move it a little bit so I can read the ruler. So right here at 5/16. There we go. Now what we need to do is file this end. And it's really important to get this end filed well. It's the part that's going to go through your ear. Once I get that filed smoothly and get this earring finished, I'm going to soak this end in some alcohol to make sure that it's sterile. But for right now, we're just trying to get this filed. So file that until it's smooth. Okay, my end is nice and smooth now, and you don't have to do this, but I find it easier to hold on to this, to glue it, when I put that earring back on first, but of course you don't have to do that. Now we get our E6000, and let's touch it onto this earring back. Don't put a huge amount, but then again, don't stress either, because if we get too much and it oozes out, we're just going to wipe it off. It's not a major big deal. So I have the glue on my earring back. Now I'm just going to place it onto my little rose here and press it down. And I like to use my chain nose to come in here and really make sure that's pressed down well. And now we let it dry, and that is it. Our earring is done. How simple and easy is that? And they're very cute, very sweet. I made my other one in advance, so here it is. Remember, you can do this with buttons, cabochons, I don't know, whatever you can think of to make these sweet little post earrings. So simple, so quick. They make great gifts, or make them for yourself. Well, I do hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching.